Well, what's going on, guys? TBF Gaming, welcome back to a brand new episode of City of Heroes. Today we want to do something a little bit different. Once again, we're going to jump into building a character from John Wick. We're going to build the actual John Wick character in City of Heroes. I've kind of played around with it a little bit. I've been wrestling back and forth with what kind of character to create from him. So we're going to go natural because he's just a normal person, right? Play style, I really argued with myself between range damage and melee damage. And it's a really hard choice, so I'm kind of basing it more off of John Wick 3. We just watched it. I'll give a quick mini review as we start playing here in a minute. No spoilers or anything like that, but we'll talk about the movie real quick. But yeah, I struggle between melee damage and range damage, and I kind of settled on range damage. I just feel like having him without guns would be kind of weird, as much as guns play such an important part in the movie, especially in part 3. So there's some amazing, hand-to-hand fight scenes, but I just couldn't really decide. So we went with ranged, and then because we got a chance to try out Sentinel recently, I figured Sentinel was the right one. I kind of wrestled back and forth between Blaster and Sentinel. I think Sentinel is the right idea. Maybe Blaster. But I'm thinking Sentinel, because then he can actually withstand some of the fights that he's getting into. So we'll go into that real quick. The power for primary powers, we were deciding between either, dual pistols, or you can do the assault rifle, and I thought either one of those would work pretty good, but we're going to go with dual pistols. I think it looks pretty cool when some of the different stuff they have on here. Obviously, it's going to be a little more superhero-oriented, but it'll still look pretty cool. So let's go like that. Let's go dual wield. And then secondary power, this one's a little bit harder. We were kind of going back and forth. Ninjutsu kind of makes sense because obviously he's really good at the different martial arts stuff. I'll show you the powers into that real quick. Or if not ninjutsu, there's a couple other ones, but I don't know. This is actually, this is why I'm kind of thinking about going Blaster instead, just because one of the secondaries that goes under it. So we can go dual pistols, dual wield, secondary, and then underneath Blaster for the secondary, you have martial combat. So it's got a few different, it's got a kick, some other things in there, Eagle's Claw, a few different, martial art related stuff. So he still has a little bit of that, close hand-to-hand stuff. Or ninja training, where he actually has a sword, which you do get to see him in John Wick a little bit with a sword, so that's kind of cool too. So those were kind of the two that I was really deciding in between. It's a hard choice. I really haven't decided which one is the best, but I think for today we're going to go ahead and go with martial combat. That way he gets a couple of these different kicks and stuff like that. I don't know. Man, that's a hard choice. I thought this was going to be an easy video, but that right there already has got me not 100% sure. So let's go next. We've already done the body design. It's not perfect. It's okay. It's kind of hard to get it just right because the suit isn't quite how I want it to look. The hair is kind of close, I guess. The hair's kind of funny looking. He's got the little John Wick beard. Definitely doesn't look great, but I think when you're in game, it'll at least look somewhat close. I'm sure there's going to be way better designs out there, and I'm guaranteed when we get in game, we're going to see someone else with this, because I tried like 30 different iterations of John Wick, and this is the first one that I got to work name-wise. So that tells you that there's other people who have created this character in game. So we'll go like that with costume. Now let me show you really quick with the actual dual pistols. I think they look really cool with the two dual pistols. He's got the dual wield. He does a few different things with those. Empty clips, swap ammo. Alright, and then he's got different types of ammo he can use. Bullet rain is a little superhero-y, but it's still pretty cool. I don't know. I think it's going to be kind of cool when we see a bunch of these. Let's see, what's the... That one, he just goes kind of crazy with it, shoots a little bit of everybody. Martial combat, like I said, is the hard one to decide. He's got a few... See, that feels a little too, like, magic-oriented, but if we could get rid of the little shiny stuff, it'd actually be a little bit better. Is there a way to do that? I don't think so. But it's got a few of these different ones. Kind of some build-up stuff, so we can just make them a little bit tougher. Dragon tail, a little kick. Reaction time, inner will, and throw sand, and then Eagle's Claw is like the big move from that. Does like a really crazy kick. Now the other one that we were kind of arguing with, that it could be the ninja training. Only reason why we were kind of thinking this one looks cool is because if you go under here, it's got a couple of the different, let's go minimal, oh, it's got minimal FX. That's even better. I like that a lot. There we go. All right, so you go underneath this, you've got Sting of the Wasp. He's actually got a few sword attacks, which I think are really cool. Let's see, Shinobi, kind of go invisible, which kind of plays into this movie as well. The way that he can kind of disappear into the shadows, really cool. Lotus drop. All right, smoke flash, kind of help him disappear real quick. Blinding powder, golden dragonfly. So that's kind of like the super move there. I think I'm going to go with that one, just because of the fact that we can do minimal effects. I like that a lot. Let's go just real bland colors on it so it doesn't have too much colors. Alright, so that's pretty much it. I'm not going to take time to put a bunch of this stuff in. Normally I would on like one of my characters. I've been getting really into actually putting in the description and the battle cry and all those kind of things. I think it's pretty cool. But there you go. Kind of a quick John Wick build. Nothing too big. Basically, we wanted to jump in and play a little bit with John Wick just to kind of see what it'd be like in City of Heroes. Play through it for a few minutes. Nothing crazy. Not a full playthrough. Not a repeating series. Plus, it gives me an opportunity to talk about John Wick, which I got a chance to see last night, and I really enjoyed the movie. So if you get a chance to see it, definitely worth it. Obviously, it's R-rated, so that kind of limits some of the people that can go see it. But it's definitely really good. Let's see. Get our little thing out of the way here. And like I said, we're gonna see a bunch of the people on here like this. I bet. I saw one the other day that was definitely inspired by John Wick as well. So, all right, let's go try out a couple of the attacks with this guy. So, we probably won't give him a travel power. That way he's, you know, a little more closer to John Wick, unless they had a travel power of a motorcycle or a horse. Which, if you go watch the movie, you can definitely see what I'm talking about. Oh wow, we're gonna get stomped, aren't we? There we go. Oh, he shoots a little dart. Okay, that's interesting. Then we can still get close and punch, I guess, right? Yeah, I like the shooting animations in this game. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Let's put this up here, actually. Remove that. There we go. Hit him with the dart again. This might take a while. Dang it. We probably should not have fought this guy first. That's okay. We'll get some really good XP if we can take him out. Let's do this, too. Get a little XP bonus. There you go. So if you guys don't know a lot about City of Heroes lately, like the kind of the updates within the game, they did add a 5th server, and I've heard rumors they're going to add a 6th. I didn't really jump in their Discord last couple of days, but typically they talk about it in there. But they were talking about adding a 6th one. They just added a European one, which is awesome. So if you're over there, they've said that the regular servers work just fine, but now having an EU server should help them out even more. There we go. Give us all the XP. Very, very nice. You're awesome. You're welcome. All right, so the John Wick movie, man, we went and saw it late last night. Me and my wife actually got a chance to go see it. It was a lot of fun. It was a fun movie. It's a huge action movie. It's not a make sure we're not gonna die here. We're losing a lot of health quickly. But yeah, it's definitely not a movie if you're like faint of heart. There's some pretty graphic stuff in it, but it's really well done, and the action scenes in this movie are pretty amazing. The biggest thing that I like about this movie is the fact that they don't do a lot of that quick cut action scene where the camera's all over the place, the shaky cam where you can barely see what's going on. They do a much better job of actually like these long duration, like slow moving, not slow moving with the action, but the camera moves really slowly, and it's always around the actual action, so you're not getting a bunch of weird camera angles and a whole bunch of movements where you don't even see what's going on. I hate that in movies lately. But Keanu is absolutely amazing, and I'll stay away from any spoilers. But Keanu Reeves is absolutely amazing in this movie. All the little side characters from the previous movies are amazing, and then they've added Halle Berry to this one, and her part is awesome. She's got, if you can see from the trailers, her and her dogs in the movie. Absolutely awesome. If you know anything about John Wick and the dogs, you know that plays a big thing in it. So really, really cool. Short version of what the movie's about. If you saw part 2, he's got everyone in the town going after him, all the assassins. He is what is it? Incommunicado, whatever like that. Like he can no longer be helped by anyone. So now he's completely on his own. So it's just really cool. It's really well done. And then it starts off immediately where part 2 left off, and just never stops. Like there's very, very few down parts where it's actually calm. There we go. All right, let's go get ourselves another power. But it very few parts in the movie where it actually slows down and gives you a chance to breathe. And sometimes that can be bad, but I think they put enough story in here and enough of the lore. The best part about this movie, beyond the actual action scenes, is just the fact that they actually build out the world and the story and the Continental Hotel, all those kind of things like that. I really, really liked it. I was actually really impressed by it. Let's see. I'll talk to the lady. Add a new power. Obviously, we got to add a new gun power, right? Empty clips. Let's do it. All right, away I go. We're not going to play too long with this guy because I don't want anybody to give me a hard time because of the fact that we're playing with John Wick character. Most people stay away from creating any kind of licensed heroes or anything like that. All right, let's go take on someone that we can actually take out. All right, let's see what this new power looks like. There we go. And the biggest thing here is... Oh, wait, hold on. What does number 2 do? There we go. Oh, nice. All over the place. Man, we should have done this in single player, so we just give ourselves all the powers and really try this out. I think it'd be really cool. All right, come on, attack. But overall, short version. If I was rating the movie, it's definitely maybe an 8 out of 10. I think some people rate it a little bit higher than that, but I think that's a pretty good consensus what I've seen from the other reviews, and that's definitely where I'm kind of landing with it. There's a few things I didn't like about the movie, but they were like so small, it really doesn't matter. And overall, I just had a really good time with the movie. Take him out. All right. And like I said, just in order to stay away from any kind of spoilers, I definitely don't want to get into any of that. I want to make sure that I'm not messing it up for someone else, because nothing I hate worse than when you're watching something that you didn't expect something like that to get spoiled, and it gets spoiled. That makes me really angry. So we'll stay away from that. But bottom line, good movie. Definitely go check it out if you can. Alright, especially if you like the previous two. This definitely stays along those lines. If I rate it against those other John Wick movies, I like the first one the best, just because, I don't know, the emotional resonance in that movie, the fact that it mattered a lot. It was very personal. He was very into what he was doing because of the dog in that first movie, and the loss of his wife and those kind of things. So it just felt like it meant a lot more. And whereas the second movie, I don't know, he was just on like this big revenge kick. And then this third one, I think they do a good job. He's basically the hunted one in this one. So this is more just him trying to survive. He did such a good job with it, but I don't know, that's my idea. So definitely let me know what you guys think about John Wick the movies, or John Wick within this game. Maybe you have an idea of what would have been a better build for this character. Maybe I should have chose Scrapper and went all martial arts, because he does a lot of hand-to-hand combat. That definitely wouldn't have been a bad build. Or maybe I should have went with Sentinel instead of Blaster, because that gives you a little bit more survivability. I don't know. Like I said, I went back and forth for a long time trying to decide what would be the best build for it, but it's just kind of a fun video I wanted to put out real quick. I thought it'd be fun. One of the guys we follow on YouTube, one of the City Hero guys that does a lot of videos, did a creating the Avengers set of videos. Like, he did every single one of the Avengers heroes. His actual channel is linked down in the description below. It's ZcriptureZ. I'm not sure how you actually say his name. But yeah, definitely go check that out. He did all the Avengers, the Hulk, Black Widow, all those different ones within the game. It was just kind of cool to see. And he did it on single player, which, like I said, we probably should have done that. That way we could have really just given ourselves all the moves, went in and just started marking people. Just full on John Wick style, Baba Yaga, however they say it, the boogeyman. So definitely would have been cool. All right, we got a couple more guys here. But yeah, just kind of a fun thing. And I kind of want to see what other people think in terms of what type of power set I should have gave him. But I think that's more what I'm interested in, to see what other people think would have been a good set of moves for him. Like I said, I really was leaning towards maybe Street Justice under Scrapper. I think would have been a really good power set for him. And then obviously Sentinel, Blaster, both would have made sense. I don't know. I think it'd be really cool either way. Hit this guy a couple more times. Almost done. There we go. Nice. See if we can take out a couple more as we head back. Hopefully get one or two more levels real quick. And then I think what's the next powers available to us? I think we got swap ammo. Oh, and then yeah, later on we get a chance to actually choose different ammos under this one. That's why it's such a cool power set too. And then the actual like top powers way down here that you get later on, like in your 20s, 30s, and 40 level, you start getting some really cool ones. There we go. Couple more shots on this guy. Hopefully we're not gonna die. There we go. Oh, I just noticed. I didn't even notice that was a. It's got a cone damage. So if they're in front of you, so even though we shoot at this guy, it should hit both of them. This. Oh, it didn't hit the guy in front of us. That's for sure. This guy a couple more times here. This should put us to level 3 just after we finish off this group here. There we go. And then I think the plan for today is probably I'm going to play with this for just a little bit, and then we're going to go jump into our blaster. I'm trying to go take our blaster to level 21 and actually get to the point where we can do... Oh, there's someone helping out. We appreciate you. There we go. Kind of helping out with this guy, Lieutenant. There we go. Nice. He's got some powers. Ah, congrats on the level. Awesome. Thank you. Very, very cool. If you guys haven't really seen a lot about this game, that's one of the coolest things about the game too, is just the community and the people that you can end up playing with. It's a lot of fun. We actually went on a sewer run with a low-level character yesterday and got our character all the way from level 2 to like level 12 between the sewers, and then we did a couple other missions outside of that. So it was just really fast leveling. It makes it a lot of fun. All right, let's keep going over here, and we're about to level up. So let me get one more level, and then we'll probably end it there. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have seen the movie or what you guys think about creating stuff like this within City Heroes. I know this is one of the things that actually, way back in the day, would get your character deleted off the server, because if you create any kind of licensed character, they would delete it. So you couldn't name your characters a licensed character name. So you had to be really careful about that. But it shouldn't be too big of a deal nowadays. But if so, we can always delete this guy. Wouldn't be too upset. There we go. Come on. All right, one more. Is it going to give us a level up, hopefully? There we go. Very nice, very nice. Awesome. All right, so there you go. There's the just the starting parts of a John Wick character. Like I said, I might level him a little bit, but for the most part, just something I just kind of want to play around with. And it was kind of an excuse for me to talk about John Wick on the channel, because it's mainly, not mainly, it's a video game channel, and it's kind of hard to throw in like movie reviews or anything like that. But it's fun when you get a chance to talk about these different things. So, all right, a couple more shots here. And I think today, if I get this video out today like we're planning, we should have like 3 videos come out in one day, which is kind of crazy on the channel. But like I said, if you guys like the video, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, leave a comment down below, and I will see you in the next episode of City of Heroes. Go check out our art content, dark and light, any of those things like that. Join the Discord, kind of see what's going on there. I will see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.